We are here today with Todd Gross. Todd, welcome back to the show.
Hey Mike, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Todd. I'm excited. Today we're going to be talking about something that I literally have never, ever, ever seen something like this created before. And I'm a huge fan of AI. I use it every single day in my own business. And I truly mean that. Like I'm on AI all the time now, but I have no idea actually how to create anything with it, how to actually make anything that's useful. I actually just saw, and this is kind of interesting, Todd, Frank Kern, who is, I think everyone
Yeah.
knows who Frank Kern is, one of the biggest, most successful internet marketer out there, just released a product where it's essentially a wrapper. Essentially, it's taking AI, and what he's done is he's taken stuff out there and he's wrapped it into a product that will actually get results for people. And now he's selling it for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, probably making millions of dollars in the process. But he's doing pretty much what you're doing with your AI wrappers. You're taking AI and you're making it into something that is useful, that people want, and that you can actually monetize. So I'm going to go ahead and read the headline off for this, and I'll let you bring us into this. It says, create or not hundred, thousands, it says, create thousands of monetizable real AI tools by simply typing what you want. Simply type or speak your idea to create white label revenue generating AI tools in seconds. So, Todd, bring us into this. What's this all about, and why should we be excited?
Well, first of all, let me just explain what a wrapper is now that you brought that up. So there's all these AI models out there, and what you have explained is exactly what we are avoiding.
Oh,
Rather than get frozen at the keyboard trying to figure out how am I going to create an actual product out of this, something that somebody that myself or somebody else can use, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I do this? And so you may know of a complicated prompt that somebody else used, and that may help you. But what if it was all wrapped up? All the AI models were wrapped up under one basic umbrella with a really clear and easy to use user interface, where all you have to do is just talk to it one sentence or type a sentence or just go through some few simple steps, or even better yet, work off our ready-made templates, which will allow you to deploy these things one, two, three. What if you had that in front of you? And then what if you could sell those apps? Or better yet, as Neil Patel points out, what if you can give the apps that you create away to completely explode your list or to give as a bonus for affiliate marketing purposes? You're coming out with a product in just a few days, as an example, where bonuses, you only have like a dozen bonuses that are worked into your system. What if you had hundreds that you could flip around? From SEO, that you could use. You have like an SEO finder or something that finds the best optimizer is what
that's
I'm
what,
getting
Todd, let
at.
me interrupt you really quick. That's the problem. My partner, Brett Rutecki, he's like a software developer, and he's always able to make these bonuses where he'll actually make a software and he'll give that away as a bonus, and people love it and they all buy through his link because of that bonus. But normal people like myself, I could never write any software, but now I can. Now I have the secret weapon.
Well, I've hired people in the past to do this, to actually produce bonuses. We have one bonus that is a redirector, as an example, that I hired somebody to make, But now we have a source where we can make virtually unlimited bonuses. So I think that's the best way to use this is for bonuses or for list building, or you'll see how simple it is even to expound on our templates and actually make a pretty elaborate product right off the bat. And I'll show you that in the demo in just a second.
I think that's the amazing thing about this. I mean, there's so many multiple different ways of using this. I mean, if you're an affiliate marketer, like we said, you could use it as an affiliate marketer. You could also use this to create tools to give away or sell to different businesses. You could approach these businesses, create a specifically designed tool for them, and sell this to them and charge them
People are
by
asking
lead
what
transfer.
kind of tools, Mike. They're asking, okay, what kind of tools? Newsletters. There's one where I can actually have a tool where I could show Mike not only with hair, but with different color hair. I could,
Ooh.
I could do that. That's just an example of something you could create for other people. Imagine how catchy that would be for them to actually own an app that they can actually sell or give away that will change people's hair color just by putting in an image and then asking for the color change. Even it's just that's a simple, thing that I've created as an example that works one, two, three. Yeah, let me go inside and
Bring
actually
us
show you.
inside. I think that's we could talk about it all day long. Bring us inside. Let's take a look.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share my screen here. And you should be seeing my screen, I think, along about now.
We're good. We're in.
All right. So what you're looking at here is AI Creator Studio, right, on the inside. That's the part of AI-Wrappers that we basically deploy our apps. So we click on Get Started, Create New App, and then you have a choice, actually. You can actually type just one word, one sentence, or you can speak into this microphone right here. And that's one way you could do it. But let me see if I could back up and show you that there's other ways you could do it too. Here, let me choose product ever my apps. Here we go. So I went to my apps to show you that there's three ways really to
Mhm.
do it. One is to do what we just saw, where you could just write a sentence and say, create this app. The other one is to create from a template, and the templates are going to be listed underneath. And the third way is to create from scratch, which will be basically giving you some steps to follow that will really allow you to hone in on creating the app. And we could even see that create from scratch kind of built into the create from template, which will make sense in a second. So let's look for a template as an example that's already done, just for the simplicity of this demo, so I could show you how it works. And all those things that I just mentioned will become very, very obvious. So I click on create from template. Now I'm going to scroll down, and I think about 3/4 of the way down on the right is the Calorie Counter AI. So I just want to show you how if you wanted to create an app, all right, that allowed folks to count their calories just by showing their dinner that they had that night, just by taking a picture of their
Mhm.
plate of dinner, and their calories could actually be counted just from that picture. We're going to create an app that's like that. Now, as I said, even though these are templates, the apps have not actually been created yet. So you click deploy, which I just did now. And now what it's doing is it's going in and it's allowing us to not only customize the app itself, but to actually customize the page that the app will be delivered from, that the app will actually be working from. So we create the app name Calorie Counter AI Todd, because I'm just doing it now. We want obviously another name. And then the description is written here. Estimate the number of calories in your meal by uploading a photo. Get a detailed breakdown of carbs, proteins, and fats. Now, that's our description.
Okay.
We haven't actually created this app yet. And what it's doing is it's automatically filling in everything that I told you before. When you create from scratch, it goes through the app details like you see on the left. You could select the AI model you want, the interface. You can select the access, that is the availability options, like you could limit how many people or how many times this app can be used. The URL and domain, that's because we host it if you want, which makes it easy. We actually host this, so it creates a domain. You'll see all this unfold before your eyes right now. So, Calorie Counter AI Todd is the name, and the description is estimate the number of calories in your meal by uploading a photo. Get a detailed breakdown of carbs, proteins, and fats. That looks good to me. And then you can upload your own logo. We'll use this logo for now. And now we go to the next step. Now, when we go to the next step, notice it went to select model. It automatically here has selected OpenAI GPT-4o. Okay. Now we're going to the next step after that. And we're going to scroll down. We obviously don't have to choose any other model because it's already selected. So we just click next. Then it's gone to the third thing, and that is we have the page title, the page description. Now we have the footer text powered by, in this case, we want it powered by Todd. Okay. Customizable text. You're going to have a button in there to, when you generate things, you're going to have a button. And in this case, we want it to say generate. We'll just leave everything the way it is, since it already is basically a template to be deployed. Then the next one is we can control the access because we, of course, have the all-inclusive package. So therefore, we're going to be able to make this free or password protected or a paid product with our Stripe button right in there. We can, and here's which is interesting, we could actually limit the usage of this app. We could put capture protection in there so you could
Mhm.
protect your app from bots and automated abuse. And then finally, as we click next again, now the URL and domain. So this has been produced. It's called Calorie Counter AI. And then it gave it a name called Folklore. It just threw in any old name at the end there, but we could change that if we wanted to, let's say Todd or something like that. And then after that, we publish. Now, once we publish, what it's going to do is we're going to just copy the domain that it created.
That was really
Okay.
fast, Todd. It published that like instantly.
Yeah, yeah. So we're copying it, and now we're actually going to take a look at it. So I'm going to paste and go. And here's our calorie counter AI. Now it has been created. So what we were looking at before was a way to quickly deploy something that had all the fields already filled in. All right. And now this is as if now your user who buys this, of course, from you or who gets this from you now needs to put in their name, right? So they're going to put in their name. That's my name, Todd Gross. And here's my email. And now underneath it says upload meal photo. Remember all those fields could have been changed before? So upload meal photo is one of them. And we're going to actually drag in a photo. So let me see if I could find this. It's funny, Zoom is preventing me from accessing my Finder. So let me click on this. And I'm going to find a meal in my desktop. Here is a meal. It's a banana and two pieces of bread. Let's see if you can
You're
see it.
very
It'll be
healthy,
small.
Todd.
That's right there. You see the banana in the middle,
Love it.
and then
Yeah.
there's two pieces of bread on top. And now this meal is going to be analyzed once I click generate. So I click generate. It's going to think for a moment, obviously. And what it's going to do is it's going to produce a list describing what is in that meal that we just took a picture of. So here it is. The list has been produced.
That's
It
cool.
has bread, two slices, and then it gives the number of calories, the number of carbohydrates, protein, fat, the banana. It says calories, carbohydrates, protein, fat. And then since it was one banana and two slices of bread, it totals it all up and it tells you what was in your meal, about 300 calories, about 60 grams of carbohydrates, which is a little on the high side. The protein's pretty good at 8 grams, and the fat seems pretty limited at about 3 grams. So it gave you a nice little summary of your meal. Now, that's just one, but we could do things even more fun than that and give away apps that actually work with images as well. Let's take a look at that, Mike. Let's actually produce something that's image based. This one I already did. As a matter of fact, I'm going to skip over this because I'm excited about this one right here. This is one that I just created moments ago. And actually, it's funny. The picture is, but that's not here. Let me go. This is one where I took out this woman and I took out the background. I produced an app that changed it to a green background, but I'm
Well, that's
trying to
neat.
get back to my
You can do
original.
that too.
So
Okay,
that's
that's cool.
yeah, you could do anything basically. I made a background changer, which is funny. So let me see if I could get back to where I was with my AIWrappers.co account and see if it takes me in. Yeah, it did. All right, it took me back. So now let's say I want to produce, I'll take a look at my apps that I've already created. Let's take a look at this one. We'll click edit so we could even
Okay.
change it a little if we want. App details, AI image editor, hair color changer. Description, transform the hair color of the subject. We'll use the same logo. It suggested that we use replicate, so let's continue to use that.
I like that it suggests the model because I sometimes have no idea what model to use.
Right, right. And we'll use the same button text, the same access, and now it's giving us a domain. So let's grab that domain. Okay, we're going to copy. I should have changed the name to AI image
It's okay.
hair color changer, but okay. So we're going to put my name in again so that I could access it.
Todd, when people put their name and email in, are you capturing that at all?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. It's all stored in the back end. So now we're going to take that woman that you saw before. All right. And remember, we removed the background before. This time, let's change the color of the subject's hair to light brown.
I was gonna say change the pink or something. You're just going to light brown.
Oh, we could do pink, yeah.
There you go. Light brown.
And now we have a completely different look on her. She now has a sort of light brown with some blonde highlights as opposed to before where she had dark brown hair. Um, and that's what, we changed it right before your eyes, right like this. So you could have, let's say, a hair color changer. You can make an app out of that in two
Could you do something
seconds.
where like someone could try on it? Like I wear glasses, you wear glasses.
Yeah,
You don't
there's
do
a
it right now
clothing changer in here as well. As a matter of fact, here.
like change someone's glasses, change someone's clothing. Like I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
whatever you want to do. You like whatever you can come up with. It's up to. I mean, you've got templates in there which are nice to start from, but people watching this, I mean, you might be working with a real estate agent or working with a maybe you've got a restaurant and people want to know the calories of different things on a menu or something. I don't know, like that kind of stuff. I feel like you could potentially do with this.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you've got me really excited. So I want to show the virtual try-on
Okay.
one. All right. This is the virtual try-on one. Experience the future of fashion with our virtual try-on app. And what we're going to do is just automatically, this is a template that's in there that we worked on. So I'm going to actually publish that now. I'm going to copy, paste, and go. So see how it says upload your image? So
Hmm.
you upload the image of, let's say, somebody wearing something. So we're going to pick that woman from before, but we're going to show her in a different setting. Let's look for the original image. Here it is. Okay. That's her in here in the
Okay.
middle there. And now we're going to, it says upload clothing image. So we're going to upload a piece of clothing and we're going to grab this blouse right here. Okay. And then we just say try on. So she is wearing a white shirt right now with stripes. She's not
Hmm.
wearing a peasant blouse.
Okay.
That's her on the top, not wearing a peasant blouse. And then down here we have a peasant blouse. So now we click try on, and then it will take that peasant blouse and it will put it on her. It takes about a minute, but
Todd, I
once
don't
it's
think
done,
I've ever heard of what a peasant blouse is in my entire life.
well, you should,
I don't know what a
and you
peasant
would,
blouse
if you were
is, but
my age, you'd know like that. Peasant
uh,
blouse was
I
the
probably should know what it is.
rage back in around 1970. It was what
Okay.
all the girls were wearing, all the cool girls,
Oh, the cool girl.
and
I thought it was like mini skirts and stuff. I thought that was the rage.
peasant blouse.
And peasant blouses.
The natural ones that would hang out at Woodstock or would, go to San Francisco and be flower child, they would all wear peasant
I
blouses,
learn
and that
something
was
new every day.
rage.
I'm probably gonna get murdered in the comments now in the YouTube comments of everyone being like,
Because you know what peasant blouse
how do
is,
you
yeah.
not know what a peasant blouse is, Mike? Sorry, guys.
If you Google it, it'll come up right away. It's pretty funny. All right, so this is thinking, and now I think it is being producing it, and there she is in peasant blouse, as
There's
you can
our
see.
peasant blouse. We're
You
gonna
see, it's the same full-bodied photo, but this time she's wearing it. And look how well it put it on
yeah.
her. You know what I mean? So you could actually give away or sell this app to people, right? And you could say, "Hey, you can have this app that now, of course, changes clothing. Can you imagine that? And so many women would be interested in, knowing, especially for free, what they would look like by being able to take a picture of any clothes and putting them on themselves. Just like you said, we'd be able to take off your glasses. We could produce an app for that. We could be able to put hair on Mike, and we'd be able to change Mike's clothing. That's what we did with this woman right here.
As far as the emails that people put in, you said that gets you store that in the back end?
It's stored, and it's all stored in the back end. Let me see if I could find it. I'll show you approximately where it is.
Okay.
So back here, uh, i- i- I'm supposed to know this. I did this last night. I think it was around integration. No, integrations is where you hook everything up.
Okay.
Templates, we know.
It's in there somewhere.
Workspace,
Well,
it's in Workspace. So it
workspace.
was it.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, we have complete instructions on where to find it. Because yes, that's an important feature,
You can ask,
obviously.
well, of course, you can ask your software developer where to find those. That's what I mean. The important part is that you can actually access them. I mean, you can access them. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
neat
we did it
way.
last night. In fact, what we did is we produced one of the things you could do is you can alter these apps as you make them. All right. You could continue to add to them. Once you create your app, like that app that we
Mhm.
just created here, Virtual Try-On, see where it says edit? You could now go in there and you could actually add things. Um, so one of the things that we added last night was to make a new field to save, in addition to just the name and the email, we had another input that the user made that we also were able to save. So yes, you can definitely, the name and the email is handled the best. It goes right on a CSV. I saw it last night. The fact that I can't find it now is pretty funny, but it goes on a CSV file. And then of course you could just input that into your autoresponder, and you can just mail those out, as an affiliate marketer or whatever you're doing.
One thing I know that when you get the bundle, you also get access to the full usage history, inputs and outputs. So you can actually see what people are using this for. You can see what maybe you want to change something or add something in, create a new app based upon what people are actually adding into the system. I think that's really cool as well. I think, Todd, like you've shown me the things where people are trying on things and changing hair color and stuff like that. But I think there's so many more uses for this. I think that uh, like putting it on, like if you have a little boutique, like you talk about showing the different outfits. Let's say you have a boutique website. You could approach that website and say, look, I can make this software that you can just put right on your website, and you can actually have people try on your stuff, and they can do it
Oh,
online.
what an idea.
I mean, you could just have a
What an
link,
idea.
and they could just have
Yeah, try,
they could have
try
a
on
link.
the boutique.
Yeah, they could just link to it, and you could and they have their own little software where people can try stuff on. Or you might have a, I don't know, a real estate. I mean, I can see real estate agents wanting to sell this by taking a picture of the listing and showing, like you already talked about, showing like furniture and stuff like that. They could show different furniture in different places. You could have a mortgage calculator to see what people can afford as far as how much money that they have. I think the sky's the limit on this and those are like that's for those kind of uses. But then, of course, we have affiliate marketing for people that are going to end up picking up my software and end up using that. Like they can use this as bonuses for that, or if you're doing it, even if you don't have my software, if you're doing any kind of affiliate marketing, creating useful bonuses that you might have something that is I don't know, a revenue calculator, or you might have something that will calculate how maybe you have an email like a swipe creator for people promoting your product or something. I don't know. The sky's the limit. I think you and I have come up with like just a small amount of what
Yeah, I'll
people
give you an
watching.
example of something. We produced a blog yesterday
Mhm.
about pickleball.
Okay.
And the what we produced was excellent. Like we said on our first blog post, it's like a newsletter. We said on our first episode of this newsletter, first edition of this newsletter, we're going to talk about dinking. Now, anyone that plays pickleball knows what dinking is. That's when
Yep.
you go up to the line near the net and you very lightly hit it over the net to the next person,
Do you
and
have
they
to wear a
very
peasant? Do you
lightly
have
hit
to
it
wear a
back.
peasant blouse when you do it?
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
Now, I know you don't know about this either, but it doesn't mean it's related to the peasant blouse. So you hit it very lightly until somebody hits it just high enough that you could slam it. And that's what dinking is. But it talks about the entire pros and cons of how to dink properly.
Okay.
And that was an excellent, excellent article that it produced as our first article for our pickleball newsletter. That's an example. So what do you do with that? You
Hmm.
could go to current pickleball enthusiasts that you know that are online that have a presence on YouTube, as an example, and have, of course, on YouTube channels talking about pickleball, and they're trying to figure out how to monetize those channels. You could now give them a newsletter that they could send out on a regular basis to build their list so that when people run into their YouTube channel, they, of course, get offered a chance to get their newsletter. And that newsletter was actually created by you, right? Um, it's just so many things, so many ways to monetize this more than any other product that I've ever brought out. So the point I'm making, Mike, and that you're making, we're making the same point. This is a really cool product in that it makes all kinds of apps.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about necessarily making them for yourself. We're really suggesting you make them for your business to do
Hmm.
something with, sell them, to give them away, to use them as a bonus, to give to, as you said, a boutique to use so that they could put the clothing to sell it to a boutique so that they could put it on their website. There's so many different ways to utilize this when you can have the strength, the power to create applications without being a programmer, without being a coder. Um, that's where we're at, that this is really a money-making tool for you more than a tool for you. I mean, obviously, you could analyze your own website with this. You could create a website analyzer and use it for yourself, but that's not what we're suggesting is the main value out of this product. It's to be paid as a programmer without needing to be a programmer.
You guys even integrate, I was looking at your sales page preview, you even integrate with VO3, that new
Yeah, now to
video
be
creator.
honest, we do. The problem with VO3 though is everyone knows VO3 is expensive,
Yeah.
right? It's very expensive right now. It's going to go down. So you will put your integration in there and it will be cost prohibitive for you to do it on a broad basis.
Okay.
You can create VO3 things with this app fantastically. And you could sell your VO3 creator with this app, which would be great. But of course, you'll have to charge a lot of money for those that want to utilize it because you're going to be carrying some of the costs from VO3, which is going to be built into the back end. So yes, it can integrate with these high level apps, but you just have to be, you know, knowledgeable that VO3 is something that, of course, is expensive. So you don't want to, break the
And what
bank.
and one thing that you have in there, which I think is really cool, and especially if you get that bundle, you have ways that you can limit how many times people can use the app. So you might be giving this away for free to someone. Let's say you're using it as kind of like a lead magnet, like which is
Right. So
one of the use cases, and you can give it away for free. You can capture their name and email from there, but you can limit how many times they use it, or you can even sell it to people as well.
that's right. Now, much of what's in there is either free for you to use and for other folks to use your app, or it costs very little. So you don't have really very much expenditure at all. But let's say you do use something that's a little more expensive, one of
Mhm.
the AI that you use is a little more expensive, then you can limit the usage that way, yes. So that you get paid basically, or you're paying for their email address in a way. But then you can limit their usage so they don't, harm you in any way. So yes, that's all in there if you get that all-inclusive package.
I think it looks amazing, Todd. I think what you've done is going to make normal people have magical powers, magical AI powers that I was never able to have before. The really quick here, you are going to be having talk to me a little bit about when your pre-launch webinars are, why they should be attending, and what's going to be included inside if they end up getting the full package.
Yeah. So basically, you want to attend Sunday night. It's coming up. It's the 13th, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be revealing this whole thing. We're going to have a much more uh, detailed demo. Obviously, I'm having so much fun playing with the software, and that's what you were watching just a moment ago. But we're going to be even more detailed in going over it, and all the things. But we're also going to be answering specifically the questions on how to monetize this in a much more systematic way. We're going to show each way to monetize it. And then we're going to offer a really unbelievable package of everything put together in one. That package is going to include not only the 100 templates that you saw in there, where you could launch apps that already have everything filled in for you, so you could just do one, two, three. You saw it just took me seconds to produce those apps. But there's additional in addition to those pro templates, we have a whole bunch more, and you get more each month. You're going to be getting that. We're going to, of course, allow you to restrict the usage like we spoke of. We're going to give you unlimited workspaces, which means you could have as many different people working in there at once. We're going to be giving you a reseller license of 50, and you could even come back and get another 50 if that's not enough for you. The reseller license is going to be included in the all-inclusive package, which means you could sell this software itself, and you know how valuable it is. You could tell. You'll get 50 licenses for that. And then we're going to have more ways for you to actually make this unlimited if you want as well. And we're going to be telling you all about that. All this just for those that attend the webinar either Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time or Monday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so that we have both ends of the spectrum, both parts of the day covered for basically getting that out to folks worldwide. No matter where you're watching this from, that time should suit you pretty well.
I want people watching this right now to let me know in the comments below. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know what kind of apps that you're excited about making with this, because like I said to Todd, I think that there's so many different ideas. I think we've really just skimmed the surface of this. There's just so
Yeah, I
many
mean, if you
things that
think
people are going to come up with.
text to image, text to voice, website analyzers, so many different things you could do with it. Uh, we showed you some of the image changes you could make. You saw before that I changed it to produce green screen around
Very
subjects,
cool.
so that I'd be able to quickly swap out backgrounds. So much you could do with it. And I am so excited to introduce to everyone AI-Wrappers as we hit the webinar at 8 p.m. Sunday night Eastern Time. We'll see you, Mike, and see everybody else there.
Thanks again, Todd.
You bet.